WWE is moving to ESPN early. Plus, there was a debut and a shock return at last night's AEW Dynamite, and the date of John Cena's last match has been confirmed. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. So yesterday we talked about how WrestlePalooza...
WWE... What's wrong with you?
I always feel like I need to say it like Paul Heyman would. WrestlePalooza was going to be on ESPN as opposed to Peacock, with this ESPN deal looking to start next year. So we thought, well, maybe it's just like a teaser for what's to come. We kind of opine what that might be. Oh no, it's far bigger than that, isn't it, Ross?
Oh, yes. Or because Clash and Paris will be the final PLE hosted exclusively on Peacock, with WWE starting there on ESPN's new streaming platform immediately afterwards. The next events being Crown Jewel in Perth and Survivor Series come November.
So this isn't just like a one-off, let's take a look at what we're going to get. No, the deal begins next month. Like in less than a month's time, WWE heads on over to ESPN.
However, if you are over here in the UK, we are blessed. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag blessed, because it's all on Netflix. But yes, if you're in America, get your purses out, because it needs to be another $29.99 leaving your account every month.
Worth pointing out that there are some carriers that have it on there for free. So just check, because you might not have to spend $30 a month, but there will be some that will be paying $29.99. Now, it doesn't mean the end of the relationship with WWE and NBC. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But when it comes to why this deal has come around as quickly as it has and as quickly as expected, because you'd have thought, like, well, no, if they've agreed that's the end of the year, you can't just pull the plug on it early. That just seems ludicrous. They actually can, because as far as WWE are concerned, when it comes to Peacock, they've done all they need to do.
Yeah, this comes from an observer who says WWE believed they had fulfilled the commitment because the original deal called for a certain number of shows over the 5 years. They reached the number with Clash and Paris because of adding a second day of WrestleMania for the last several years, a second day of SummerSlam this year, as well as adding the Evolution show. One person high in the power structure said, and I quote, "This was the reason we did so many PLEs this year."
So they were cramming. So if it felt like a heavier year for WWE PLE and special events, that's because it was. Because we're not even into September yet, and they've done enough events to cover an entire year to honour their Peacock deal.
So that must mean that next year we're going to go back to one night of WrestleMania, one night of SummerSlam. Just take things easy again.
Oh no, because Nick Khan likes money. That won't be a case at all. Now, there was something going around on the internet following this announcement regarding ESPN and AEW. There's an AEW tab on the ESPN website that when you click on it, it goes page error. And people went, oh, look at that. They're now scrubbing AEW from history. But that's actually not what's happened. It's worth pointing out.
Party time with Piers, as we like to call him here in the office upstairs. He's been on the way back machine and found out it's been dormant and just a skeleton website for months now. So there's a fair chance that they were covering AEW for a while. Then they stopped when this deal maybe got in motion. And now they just quietly went, shh, we're not going to do it anymore. But it's not as cut and dry as if the deal's been announced and then the website's gone.
It put me back to the point when WWE used to do industry news on their website, and they'd randomly talk about indies a little and go, oh, look at these funny things that happened at the indies and TNA Wrestling. I kind of thought, oh, maybe. And I did wonder whether or not like ESPN would still cover AEW stuff. They have it on the odd occasion, but nope, not happening.
Like, you can still click on a page that tells you like a lineage of the AEW world title, but it hasn't been updated in bare time, as you'll see when you get there.
How funny would it be if they keep that tab, but every time you click on the AEW tab, it goes to the WWE news page? What fun! What fun! WrestlePalooza was confirmed by WWE yesterday. We got a lovely graphic as well. WrestlePalooza, Indianapolis. It's a funny, of all the names to choose, this one just was intriguing to me because it was a lesser known ECW name. And upon doing a little bit of research online, several people reported that it was a name that was initially copyrighted by First Wrestling.
Yes. They must have bought it then.
That seems some kind of deal has happened because First Wrestling have said we are no longer going to be referencing WrestlePalooza. This is First Wrestling, who have frequently put on shows called Saturday Nitro at the Mall of America. So I imagine they just want to keep their powder dry on situations like that, just in case. Let's talk about Dynamite from last night. It was in the Hydro in Glasgow, and there he was. Dark match before Ring of Honor. Grado! Oh!
Just so they can use Madonna. They can't use Madonna on the air, so get it done beforehand.
They did it so they could use Madonna. And you know what? Big part. I loved seeing. Grado is our Ring of Honor. You know, it's exactly what the founding fathers would have wanted. It was Grado in action against Lance Archer, which was a treat. And Grado had a lovely time. The crowd was exactly what you need to start a show like that.
A nice warm-up.
Lovely warm-up for Saturday at the Boundary in Farringdon. My World Live with Jeff Jarrett, Grado, and I am the Conrad Thompson for the night. MyWorldLiveUK.com. Come watch us. But it wasn't the only surprise, shock and awe from Dynamite in Glasgow last night.
Yeah, rumours were rife yesterday afternoon because Isla Dawn's name was being bandied about as being like seen in the area. She's going to be at the show, but she also lives there. So is she going to be there at all? But it turns out she was. She wrestled Megan Bayne and lost.
Yeah, it was for the taping for Collision. We'll see Isla Dawn popping up there. It had been reported a little while back that AEW bosses were interested in Isla Dawn. Like, as she came away from WWE, there were eyes on what she could do. And I guess this was a chance to give it a try and see how she looks and feels in an AEW ring. No announcement from TK about her signing and becoming All Elite. I guess they're just seeing how it goes.
Foot in the door, I assume last night was.
A foot in the door and a big old dinosaur claw through the forbidden door as well. A big announcement regarding the Cage and Cope tag match against the former patriarchy. What's left of the patriarchy?
So yeah, Nick Wayne was cutting a promo from his dad's wrestling shed. Up the shed. And he basically said, I broke me foot, I can't be in the match, but don't you worry, Christian Cage and Cope, I'm always one step ahead. Here's me standing, basically. And Luchasaurus makes his comeback for the first time in absolutely ages.
So happy to see him. So he's been missing for a year. He had double pneumonia, and it threatened to give him permanent lung damage as well. And he's really clawed back to get to where he is today. He appeared on Dynamite last night and dropped Cope and Cage to end the segment. So we're now going to get Kip Sabian and Luchasaurus on Forbidden Door night against Cope and Cage.
Big fan of the little vignette they had to show him coming back. It was like Bane from Batman. Stick a needle in him. Put some juice in him. Not that kind of juice. Not the wrestler juice. Bane juice.
The dinosaur juice. Or petrol.
Poison ivy just down the way there.
But there he goes. Now, yes, that was Dynamite last night heading into Forbidden Door. 9 pitches to that amount for Forbidden Door on the channel right now. And it's a predictions kind of day.
Yes.
So we'll be doing some predictions for Forbidden Door a little bit later on as well. You'll have what happened at Forbidden Door and some WTF moments.
Yes, on the Patreon next week, because for the first time this year, Tom, I've got plans on a bank holiday that don't involve wrestling. I know, yeah.
Who do you think you are?
I'm an arsehole, I know. I've sacrificed all my plans for all the bank holidays so far this year, but I can't do it this time. So it'll be later in the week, but it will be there, don't you worry.
You've changed as you've got engaged.
Yeah. I've lost the will to live.
Oh, give me, I'm getting married. No, that's like.
Yeah, showing your jealousy. It sounds like you wanted to marry me and not your good lady,
it's
Alex.
Not my place to say, Ross.
You ask Sam what a roller coaster it is.
Tell you what has been a roller coaster. The last year of John Cena in WWE. He had a heel run that was definitely a thing that happened, and our babyface run that it continues on. And we now have an inkling as to when that last match is going to take place. And we come back to our lead story as it pertains to the relationship between WWE and their soon-to-be former lovers, Peacock.
Yes, John Cena will be peacocking on the Peacock come the end of the year, because the Peacock deal is not 100% completely dead in the water for the WWE, because Saturday's main event will air exclusively on Peacock starting from December.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-da-bee-ba-boo.
So quarterly, we will have Saturday night's main events no longer on NBC, but exclusively on Peacock. This being a tool that they want to basically make sure that they don't lose all those WWE subscribers next month. So they're going to go, we'll have some exclusive WWE content on Peacock, and it's going to be Saturday night's main event. Now, this comes in a report that suggests that Saturday night's main event is going to air exclusively on Peacock, and the next one is going to be in Boston on December the 13th.
Now that's interesting, because that's where John Cena's from.
That is where John Cena is from. And there was a couple of dates going back and forth as to when this would take place. One of those was on the same day as AEW World's End, and there were some issues with the venue and with some of the parties involved. Consequently, it looks as if WWE aren't going to be able to do that favourite thing they do and just counter-program against AEW with something mahoosive. So instead, December 13th, which is just before World's End, a couple of weeks before World's End, they're going to have it there.
Good. And you would assume it's going to be 2 hours long, like the current Saturday night's main event sort of format format is, just have one match at the end. Hour and a half of John Cena wankathon, and then match at the end. Go home. That's all it needs to be. Give him a fitting send-off.
That'd be nice. A wankathon, then a match at the end. Who is the last match against?
I have no idea, Tom. Because it depends what John Cena wants to do, really. Is he going to be against someone he's got a lot of history with? All of the names in that sort of bracket are running out. Or is he going to put someone over on the way out? The time-old honor tradition of the business.
We're going to keep an eye on that one as we get ever closer to it. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Is it Hold and Give Thursday as well?
It is. 9 p.m. BST. I'll be kicking some sockers on the EAFC 25 Hold and Give YouTube channel. Football.
You got to hold and give, but at the right time. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.